During the story, we once again see the infamous VR booth appear, with Kai hopping within it and seeing the future of the Pizzaplex. While experiencing this simulation, we learn a lot more about the mimic and its mannerisms, with its speaking and tone being quite simplistic than the other glam rocks around it, however with a lot more flair to its speech, and in itself states that it loves to learn, doing whatever it can to learn anything it sees. Also, it seems that people who go into the VR booth simulations are capable of being trapped within the simulation by the mimic itself, as it is seen tormenting Kai constantly during his time stuck within it. And if he indeed got out of the booth during the end of the story, people connected to the VR booth seem to share a connection to the mimic, as he was able to find Kai at his home afterwards and take his arm. This connection via the VR booth shows even more evidence for the mimic being glitch trapped, and the way that it torments Kai repeatedly throughout the simulation is very similar to the nightmare way Cassidy torments William in UCM. While I see many people dismissing this story in the future, I believe that it tells us a lot about how the mimic learns and mimics people's behavior outside of its programming via Kane's theory on biological AI, where he theorized that the left side of the brain is responsible for word processing and data processing programs within our minds, as well as where our negative self-talk and self-talk in general comes from. He theorizes that without the sentience of the right side of the brain, the left side will act purely from the data it has received, even if it is right or wrong. And this is where many behavioral problems come from. I believe that this is where the mimic comes in, with the mimic only having a hypothetical left side of the brain, using all the violent and bad behaviors and acting out of that, not realizing that this behavior is bad because of its lack of a right side of the brain. Another interesting detail is Kane's statement on his anniversary with Sienna, where he states that it's been 1 year since they had their anniversary after now shut down Pretty Fast Bear's Pizza, which seems to imply that it took over a year for Henry to shut down Pizzeria to collapse into the sinkhole we see him in during security breach after the events of security Pizzeria simulated. We also learned that FNAF 6 was indeed part of the playing game series that FNAF Entertainment made, which may factor into its inclusion in Help Wanted 2. Lastly, we see that during the food fight, Monty begins to copy Kane's behavior, which shows that aside from the mimic's original endo body, anything affected by the mimic virus can also be used to watch and learn people's behaviors as well. There's not too much to note of in this story, with the cutting robots that we see Danny use to make his carvings and his skin coming from the Pizzaplex, with their behavior probably being influenced by the mimic's invasive programming spreading throughout the massive complex. Within the epilogue of this story, we learn a lot about the mimic and its capabilities. We learn that not only can it change its body to fit into any animatronic costume, but it can control and contort its body into any shape it desires, as seen when it takes on a twisted spider-like form while pursuing the last surviving teenagers. We also see that with the gruesome death of Kelly, the mimic now seems to have a corpse within its frame, and with the knowledge that there are spring-locked suits within the ruins to be to a similar location, it's possible that the mimic will attempt to wear one of these suits in the future, either due to its own decision, or because it's something the teens trick it to do, giving birth to its burn trap appearance we see in Security Breach. Another thing to note is the mimic's overall thought process, where we see that while it does have prophesy skills, it is very attentive towards people and its surroundings. It is very simplistic in its thoughts, and largely acts on its program, which is much different from what we see in the future from both its glitch trap and burn trap iterations. This leads into my theory that at some point in time during the epilogue, the mimic may have not only affected with Edward's agony, but also Afton's, with his agony forming the sentient side of the mimic's mind and giving it motivations outside of its original murderous program, leading it into its behavior that we see it displayed within games like Security Breach and FNAF AR.